Hey folks, hope you're okay. Welcome to today's video. So today we are hitting day one of the powerlifting program that I'm following. So we've got squats, we've got overhead press, we've got RDLs, and we've got pull-ups or a vertical pull. So I'm hitting pull-ups because they're a great strong compound movement. There's been no kind of scientific evidence to say that pull downs are better than pull-ups, so I want to be able to hit pull-ups. The rep ranges are going to be on the screen here, and we're going to get into this workout. So sit back, relax, enjoy the footage. I hope you enjoy this content. If you do, give it a thumbs up, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next clip. So I always like to start the workout with maybe 5-10 minutes on the cardio equipment. It may be the bike, it may be the treadmill, it might be the row machine, maybe a cross trainer, and I'll always just get the heart rate up, get the blood flow going. And there is some scientific research behind it that it enables to get elasticity into the muscle. We get blood flow going into the muscle, and we obviously start working a little bit better. I'm also going to go through maybe 5 minutes of foam rolling, hitting the major muscle groups like my glutes, my quad, my back, making sure that I'm just kind of loose, warm, ready. Everything's kind of firing and able to start performing the movements. Okay, so when it comes to kind of squats, when it comes to warming up and getting ready for the workout, I always like to perform maybe 2 or 3 warm-up sets. I'll be very intentional with my warm-up sets, so I'll take my time, I'll hit every rep correctly, build it up that way, making sure I'm feeling like I'm nice and tight, I've got good form, and I'm performing the movement correctly. Kind of training aids that I like to use, I have a belt, which again, there's been no scientific research that says that wearing a belt kind of dampens the use of the core, makes it weaker through the movement. There's nothing there that backs that up. It's just an aid that you can have that will help with the lower back. It's just something that I've used kind of over the last couple of years. I have done sessions where I've not used it and found no real difference. I just like to have it there because I feel I can remember to keep my core nice and tight. The Valsalva effect is just basically holding the breath in the stomach, but there is a negative side, according to research, that it does raise your blood pressure up. So it's down to personal preference, alright? Whether you want to use that technique, whether you want to use a belt, whether you don't want to use a belt, whether you feel like it has any benefit or not, it's down to personal preference. The other thing I like to use are knee sleeves, and when I'm warming up, I might do a warm-up set with the bar, maybe 2 warm-up sets with the bar, start to increase the weight, and it'll get to a certain point and I think, right, okay, the knee sleeves want to go on. Probably going to be wearing them straight away now on 70 kilos. Today I'm using 130 kilos and I'm squatting, but I will just wear them going through my warm-up sets today. The reason why you wear knee sleeves, I personally prefer knee sleeves over knee wraps, simply because it gives a lot more freedom to the joint rather than being so restricted. There is allowed a little bit of play in the knee joint, whereas sometimes knee wraps are too tight and they constrict on the knee joint, and it can be not necessarily detrimental, but there can be an effect on the squat pattern and also depth as well. The other reason why I like to wear knee wraps, knee sleeves should I say, is because it keeps the knee joint warm, it keeps it lubricated, it keeps it ready to be able to perform effectively, stay nice and strong. And we want the joints nice and warm, we don't want them cold, because otherwise there's going to be a negative effect when it comes to squatting technique, performance, and just general kind of maintenance of the knee joint in itself. The last one I like to use are squat shoes. They have a bit of a heel on them, got tight calves, it just allows me to squat at a good depth. I have done it barefoot, I have done it with like Vans or Converse where I've got very flat soled shoes, and I found that I have a good effect with my squats on that one. Some people might find that with lifting shoes where they've got a little bit of a heel on, that it places a lot more stress on the knee, and it can be kind of overloading on the knee because the squat does target the quads anyway, and you might just find that it's putting a little more stress on the knee. Not necessarily pick up injuries, but you might feel it a little bit more kind of in the knee than kind of on the quads. So it's just something to watch out for. I do sometimes get that where the platform forces me onto my knee a little bit more. Just on the left side, I feel a little more tension. So there is days where I won't necessarily squat with squat shoes on. I'll have maybe my Vans or my Converse on, and I'll perform squats that way, and it just takes some of the tension away. We are doing high bar squats today, and it's going to place a lot more stress on the quads and the glutes as opposed to low bar, which is hitting more the hamstrings. But we're just going to get after it, and we're going to have a good workout. I've set the tension, I've set the kind of focus for the workout. I know what I want to hit and I know where I want to go, stay nice and tight. My mindset is good for the workout. I'll spend a couple of minutes just getting ready, going through the whole process of this is what my workout's going to be like. I'm setting the intention right, and I'm going to be very deliberate with my training session, and it's something that just keeps me focused on what I want to do, make sure I'm progressing in the gym and moving forward. Okay, so I finished up with the squats, went really well. I think on the last set I was a little bit off balance, kind of didn't feel as tight as I possibly could, but I still managed to hit the 7 reps on 130 kilos. It's progress, it's all about small daily progressions when it comes to progressive overload. So last week when I did this, I did 125 for 9. This week I'm going 130 for 7. Next week when I come back to this, I'll do 130 for 8 reps and just slowly push the reps up. When I hit the top range, I'll drop the reps down, but increase the weight up, and then slowly build up from there. So over the course of maybe 3-4 weeks, that's when my reps start to increase on that particular weight. And then I'll drop the reps down, push the weight up a little bit more, and build up from there again. There will come a point when I'll stop milking this process on the program, so my powerlifting career is very young, for example, so there will come a point where my progress will slow down quite quickly, and that's when I'll need to increase more volume, just change up the intensity a little bit on the workouts, and that's when I'll start to obviously see more progress from there. But right now I'm going on to bench press, and again just doing a couple of warm-up sets, building up the weight. I'm hitting 95 kilos for 7, and yeah, just making sure I keep everything nice and tight, and then do my warm-up sets before I get to my working weight. So with the technique for the barbell bench press, there's a few things that I always look to consider when I'm performing the movement, and I'm going to start from the ground up. So I'll always look at planting my feet flat on the floor. I tend to have my heels dug into the side of the bench, or my heels dug into the floor, which allows me to squeeze my glutes, put a nice natural arch in my back, pinch my shoulder blades, and then from there, taking that big deep breath in at the top allows me to really perform that Valsalva effect again, where you've got that tension in the stomach before driving on up through the arms. Again, it's all about that force production, being able to send the force where you need it from your body to move that desired weight. So from here, my hips are tucked under. You can see that I'm really putting that nice arch in my back. Now from here, I'm lowering on down to the lower portion of my chest, and from there I'm driving on up through the elbows. I do keep a slight tuck in the elbows. I don't flare them as much as other people might, and it's just down to preference more than anything. Right folks, so just finished with the bench press, the barbell bench press. I hit 4 sets of 7 reps on 95 kilos, probably about an RP of 7.5 when it's meant to be like a 6 or a 7. So I don't know whether I'm just kind of feeling a little bit more tired, more drained, I'm not sure, we'll see. That's kind of everything done really. The rest of it now is kind of accessory work. So I've got the RDLs to do, and then I've got some pull-ups. They're just more, I wouldn't class them as the main compound or main focus of the workout. It's more kind of the accessory stuff. So I've got 105 kilos on the bar. I'm going to be doing straight leg deadlifts just to really try and target the inner portion of the hamstrings. Hamstring curls are great for hamstring development, and what you'll often find, the outside portion of the hamstrings will only get targeted when you do hamstring curls, okay, when you do a curl. The inside portion will be targeted when you do like a straight leg deadlift, when you do conventional deadlift, when you do any kind of hinge work, like your hip thrusts as well, that will target more the inside of the hamstrings. The outside is pretty much only done when you do a leg curl. So finishing off this portion of the workout with pull-ups. Now, big thing that I want to stress when you're doing pull-ups, and you may not see it from these kind of videos, I'm trying to maintain that my shoulders stay in a fixed position. And what I mean by this is, it's very easy when you get to the bottom of a pull-up that the shoulders get pulled up and out and the scapula isn't retracted anymore. Now, I'm really trying to focus on pulling from the elbows and keeping my shoulders nice and stable. This is really forcing me to fatigue, and as I've been growing over the last kind of 4 to 6 weeks, pull-ups haven't been my main focus, and I'm actually finding that I'm not able to perform pull-ups as best as possible. On this last set here, you're going to see me perform maybe 6 reps, completely fatigue, and then I'm going to start doing jump reps, and I'm going to really try and work on the eccentric portion. So I failed there, and then from here, I'm going to start to jump up to the top, lower down nice and controlled, and that's just going to overload the back just a little bit more, and I'm just able to get a little more out of my back than I would if I was to just end the set there. Literally nothing left. Right folks, thank you very much for checking this video out. I hope you enjoyed this kind of talk through of the workout, of the movements. Let me know what kind of content you want to see more of, and go ahead and post those down below. Any comments, questions, concerns, anything that you might have about the kind of training that you're doing, any information that you want to know about, and I can just get back to you as soon as I can and help you out. This is me done. This is also me 30 pounds over stage weight. Again, I've gained quite a lot over the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks. Still feel that I've got some form of abs. I feel a lot fuller. This is obviously with a pump, so I'm going to look a lot bigger. But thank you very much for checking this video out. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to get some food after stretching out.